everybody, Samuel's Locos here, and welcome back to another review. Today I'm looking at a Bachmann steam locomotive, and that is this, the Bachmann Lord Nelson class. And yes, this is the second biggest locomotive in the southern region that I own. I mean, technically, size comparison being my Battle of Britain, which is down there somewhere, is obviously slightly smaller than it usually is in real life, because that was an earlier model. But this one's a more recent model than that, so this one technically is slightly bigger than it. But I mean, in size comparison, the Battle of Britain would be bigger, unless this could be bigger. I mean, obviously I don't know sizes, but I mean, yeah, you can imagine the size of this loco. So yes, this belongs to my brother, who, as you can see, bought this for £28, which is a very decent price for a Lord Nelson and a sort of older Bachmann model. Yes, so it's good times. And I'm also joined by Josh here today.
Hello.
Who will be joining me for this review. So anyway, let's get started with the review, and then we can start off by taking this out of this box. So let's get started. Okay, so unboxing this loco then, and this is obviously a flap box, because as you can see by this, ta-da, there is a loco inside, but also diagrams. So this is a diagram of the locomotive, and can I see when this was drawn? Alright, so this was a diagram made in 1956, and specifically for Sir Francis Drake, but obviously here is Lord Nelson, because it's number 850. But also we have got a bit of history, so let me try to... So if you want to pause the video and zoom in a bit, try and get a bit closer there for you. There we go. If you want to zoom in and read that and pause the video, then please do. So anyway, so there is a locomotive, but it's no good being inside its box. Oh, I almost dropped it. Not a very good show. Let's just take it out. I think it was this end. Yeah, it's this end. There's one end that's a bit more worn. So obviously that side, that's the end where it's been taken out of its box, obviously more. Let's just try. Aha, there we are. And there is the locomotive in its the foam casing. Yeah, looking good. So let's start off. Oh, hello. Hang on. What is this? Got a bit of accessories here, if I can get them. Okay, so what have we got on here? Ooh, we have driver and fireman here. And one looks as though that he's had his forehead shaved right back. I mean, if you can see that. Yeah, look at that. I mean, hang on, if I do that, you might be able to see it better. Yeah, it looks like he's been shaved. The other one looks... I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, they've got big foreheads or something. And then we've got a spare chimney in there, which is good to see, and a couple of I think tender connections and some steps as well, which is good to see. But anyway, I'll just put that back in there for now. Right then, so let's take it out of its box. So we'll start off with the tender. I'll have it run over here because it's a bit uncomfortable over there. So there is the Lord Nelson tender with the late crest on the side in the lined Brunswick green there. So I'll just put that to one side, put it there, and then the Locos is probably a bit more difficult to get this one out. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna... Put it out. There we go. And there is the loco. So there we are, the Lord Nelson. Let's just try and straighten. No, it's not going to straighten. I'll try that. There you go. In the nice Brunswick green. Yeah, the Lord Nelson. It's looking quite good. Let me go and grab the tender. together. And there you go. One full Lord Nelson in my hands. Looking marvellous. Right, I think it's time to get this up against the background, look at a close inspection at this loco, and then move on into a running session. So, I'll just put them like that so you can just see the like that. And then, so let's get to the white background. Okay, so there is the background, Lord Nelson up against the white background. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but the loco I have here is number 30861, Lord Anson. So this is one of the, this is the 11th loco. Hang on, I think it's the 12th loco for the range, I think. 12th, with 850 being the first. But yeah, there you go. Right, let's start looking at the front of the loco here. So, first impressions. As you can see, being a BR loco, you have got the number of the loco on the front of the smoke box door, of which most BR locos do have, being accustomed, and the Southern locos, in the Southern livery, we have them on the bumper of the bumper plate, which you can see below. This loco, I don't think, no, this loco does not have sprung buffers, just have plastic ones, which are better moulded for a background loco, which I do like. And then, of course, well, quite noticeable, this loco does have smoke deflectors. As you can see, if I do that, you have a better look at it. The pistons and the running board are all lined, which is good to see, as well as the boiler, which is very beautifully lined in the red and black lining, which is nice. Now, being the fact this is quite a tall loco, as you can notice that this has got quite a very short, stumpy funnel. Yeah, funnel chimney. Yeah, I was almost about to quote a Thomas Tank Machine quote there, but I sort of ruined it a little bit. But yeah. Then, of course, you've got the nameplate, Lord Anson, and I think below it does say Lord Nelson class, which is good, nice to see. And of course, you've got these large driving wheels, which these locos were really powerful when they first came out in the 1920s. I think the King class and this loco were quite similar in power, but obviously the King class is a really powerful engine, as this one is. But obviously, I've never seen these in action before. Obviously, there's only been one left in preservation, that's 850. So yeah, looking on the top of the loco, there's a little bit of glazing, only a slight, but obviously it looks quite dirty on the top, so obviously this has been, it looks as though it's been in a used condition. Maybe some 1960s, maybe late 50s sort of time. And then, of course, you've got these turned metal safety valves here, which you can to see, as well as the classic Southern whistle. Obviously not a breed whistle, because he came much later in the 1940s. The tender, yeah, looking at that, you have got the lining and the lake crest. There you are. Coal load wise, I'm actually quite impressed with this. It looks realistic. I do wonder if this is actual coal just been glued down, because it doesn't look like plastic coal you would find on a Hornby model these days. I mean, there, look at that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice looking actually. Got a bit like spark to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just look real. Then of course you've got these. I think these are steam generator barrels on the back of it. I'm not sure what these are. If you know what they are, please do put that in the comments. We have got a separately fitted pipe at the back, vacuum pipe. There we are. Vacuum pipe. Almost forgot the word, which is good to see. And if I move around to the front, you'll see another separately fitted piece I haven't mentioned yet. Here we are at the back of the front of the loco, and you can see what I mean. We have got separately fitted chains here. So if I just hold the camera like that, you can see what I mean. Yeah, look at that, separately fitted ones, which is nice to see on the actual hook. Obviously, this doesn't have a front coupling, so I can't run this backwards. So I'll have to. So this is the reason why you always see this loco either coupled up to another loco or the back of the train, or just constantly just going in the forward direction. I know someone has been asking about that question fairly recently in a video. But anyway, there's the whole of the loco, and I think we have got a few more separately fitted parts, such as piping. As you can see, I think this all brass type, but obviously they're just plastic ones, which is nice to see. Because this is a Southern Lord Nelson class, the tender is made of bogie, two sets of bogies with a large total of 4 wheels per rail, which is impressive. And obviously this loco doesn't have a electric connection to the tender, so the tender doesn't draw any power whatsoever. So it's just the front loco that draws the power. I think it's a total of 3 pickups per wheel per rail. It's obviously not the biggest amount in the world, but it will certainly do the trick. But anyway, speaking of running, I think it's time to get this loco down to the track and test out the running for the first time in this video. Right, let's go and do that. Okay, so there is the Bachmann Lord Nelson down to the track, ready for this video's very first test run. Now, this is the first time I've seen a Lord Nelson run on my layout, so this is quite a moment. But obviously, this is the first time I had it run on this line. I've already had it run on the inside lines, just to make sure it test runs. Now, when I first tested it, it was a bit quirky. It wasn't running the best. Then, of course, when I was doing in Gala videos, which you have seen, it got to a point where it was running quite slow. And then it was struggling to move one point, and then also it was struggling to pull a train around the curves. So I thought to myself, right, I need to take this apart and see what's wrong with it. And then I discovered that I don't know what was going inside it, but I think I found some sort of mould inside it. And obviously that mould has obviously grinded itself into the cogs, and it's obviously got a bit sticky in there. So I've cleaned it all off, put new lubricant on it, and it seems to be fine now. So anyway, here is the finished result, of which you'll see in a minute. But anyway, let's just make sure that it is still working. So over to you on the power. It should be going backwards, I think, first. Yeah, and I'm right. Yeah. When I opened the box, when I first did it, when it first ran on the layout, it didn't do this. It wasn't going that fast. Yeah. It's become a very fast model since I've overhauled it.
Alright, let me try the slow speed.
Okie dokie. It's consistent. It's a bit coggy.
Well, that says it can go like that, which is pretty coggy.
It's a little bit coggy, but it can still move. So that's fairly impressive for an old Bachmann loco.
What I do notice is, the front wheel isn't really moving, is it?
Yeah, that one's a bit. That's lifted off the ground slightly. Of which, because it's lifted off the ground slightly, when it goes around the curve and off it, it does derail like that, which you can see.
Yeah.
But obviously, that issue. Oh, let's put it back on itself. That issue, I have tried to correct, but it would mean have to completely adjusting the whole front bogie. But going in the other direction, it does better.
Full power, pretty much.
Yeah, that's full power. That's quite quick.
A bit weirdly geared.
Yeah. So fast speeds, as you just saw there, is quite fast. It's obviously slow at slow speeds, but fast at fast speeds. So it's, I don't know. It's like a perfectly loaded geared one, but a very fast model at high speed. So it's interesting. But because normally when a fast loco does that, it can't do a slow speed. This one can. So that's interesting. And obviously being a Loco that has obviously been in the Bachmann range for quite some time, has proved to be still a very good model. Obviously, I hope one day they'll bring a Lord Nelson back into the Bachmann range today, because that'd be interesting. But obviously Hornby have the more recent Lord Nelson classes. But anyway, obviously, as you notice, the Loco is actually facing the wrong way to have it. So on the magic trick of my clicking fingers, the Loco will magically go into facing the other direction. So let's do this. Ta-da! So there you go. The Loco is now facing the other direction. Obviously, it's a bit of not the best transition in the world, but I mean, it will do. But anyway, let's get the locomotive reversing and back towards its train at the station. Here comes the loco, slowly reversing onto its train, and it has coupled. So let's just have a quick peek on whether the loco has coupled. And look at that, both hooks have engaged. If you notice, those hooks are quite similar. That's because this coach here is a Bachmann coach. Obviously, I think it's the same sort of year this was made, and the rest are Southern coaches, Mark 1s, with a couple of headballs on the top there. But obviously, that will be in a future review on those coaches. But for now, the loco is coupled up and ready to go. So once again into position, we'll send this off. Okay, so with the camera in position and the loco facing the right direction and coupled up to its rake of 4 Mark 1s, I didn't want to overload it too much because I think more than 5 it starts to struggle. So I thought as it got 4 Southern Mark 1s, that would do perfectly. And being Mark 1s in the BR region, in the Southern region liveries, I thought this would work perfectly. So without any further ado, let's get the locomotive going. And on the second line, we have a return of a locomotive. And we have 35016. Now I forget what this loco is called. I can't see. Elders Fife is the loco, number 35016. This loco obviously isn't mine, this belongs to Josh, so it's nice to have the Merchant Navy back on the layout and preparing to run once more. But anyway, let's get the locomotive going with a rake of Mark 1s. And then, of course, we have the unrebuilt version, obviously this being a Battle of Britain class locomotive, number 34066 Spitfire, and I have got the rake of Pullmans with it today. So without further ado, let's get it going. It can. Go on, run. There we go. It does that sometimes. Now, I've got a bit of an issue. I've run out of Southern steam locomotives for now. Yeah, there you go. So I've decided to run a Southern diesel, being at the BR Blue class at 33, as these were in the Southern region a lot. And as I've been behind 233s in the south at the Swanage Railway, I thought I just had to run one of these. I've got a freight train with it today. So for now, let's get 33027 L Mountbatten of Burma on its way. Lovely. Oh, there you are. Okay, so after quite a lovely southern rotation, that is all I have time for today's rain session. So if you have any thoughts about what you have seen today, please do put that in the comments below, and I'll respond to them as soon as possible. Yeah, the button pressing seems to be raining faster now, because there was a moment that it was going slow. I don't know why it was, but I think it was just because it was just getting a bit too comfortable. Or just wearing out, but it seems to be fine. Yeah, nice to see two birds running together once more. But anyway, for now, that's all I've got time for today. So next time you should hopefully see something else southern, but I won't say what it is. But anyway, for now, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more videos. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.